All right, let's get right into it. We're not just talking about AI as another app on your phone anymore. We're talking about a huge shift in how we work. We're moving towards intelligent, automated workflows where AI stops being just a tool and starts being your co-pilot, helping you navigate some seriously complex stuff. It all starts with a feeling that anyone who deals with a lot of data knows deep down. You see an alert, a warning light starts flashing, a red flag pops up on your screen, but your gut just tells you, nope, that's not the real story. You know that single blinking light is just the tip of a much, much bigger iceberg. And guess what? Your gut is absolutely right. The scale of this problem is just staggering. In a lot of industrial settings, up to 95% of all the alarms that go off are either false positives or there's nothing you can actually do about them. Think about that. It's a constant deafening flood of noise, and it makes finding the real signal almost impossible. And this leads us to the heart of the problem we're digging into today. It actually has a name, alarm fatigue, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's this overwhelming and, frankly, dangerous condition where you're hit with so many alerts that you just can't tell what's a minor hiccup and what's a full-blown crisis. The psychological impact is so real, it has its own name, too, alarm blindness. It's basically the boy who cried wolf effect, but on an industrial scale. Your brain, just to cope with the constant noise, literally starts tuning out the alarms. And here's the crucial part. That's not a failure of the person watching the screen. It's a failure of the system's design. So what it comes down to is this. Our old systems just can't keep up anymore. Traditional alarms are, well, they're rigid, they're static. They follow one simple rule, like, if the temperature goes above X, send an alert. That's it. They have zero context for what's actually happening. But what we need today is a system that's aware of the context, that can find the real signal hiding in all that noise, and, this is key, that learns and adapts over time. And that brings us to the solution, the real game changer, the rise of AI agents. Now, don't think of this as some robot coming to take over. Think of it as your expert co-pilot, the partner that finally helps you get ahead of all that chaos. So what exactly is an AI agent? Well, IBM has a great definition. It's an autonomous program that can do tasks and achieve goals for you without you having to intervene because it designs its own workflow. See the difference? This isn't just a chatbot sitting there waiting for you to type a question. It's an active partner that's already working to solve the problem. So what's on the job description for this new AI copilot? Well, first off, it automates all that tedious, boring grunt work. The hours you'd spend digging through logs and trying to cross-reference reports. This frees you, the human expert, to focus on high-level strategy. It's all about augmenting your expertise, not replacing it. Okay, that all sounds really cool in theory, right? But how does it actually work? I mean, how do you really go from this fire hose of messy data to a single clear insight that you can actually use? Well, the process is surprisingly elegant when you break it down. It's basically a three-step translation process. First, the AI just ingests everything. It drinks in that messy flood of data from control systems, operator logs, even old maintenance records from years ago. Then it starts fusing all that data together, finding the hidden connections and patterns that a human could never spot. And finally, a large language model acts as a translator, turning that incredibly complex web of data into a simple story that anyone can understand. And the result? Well, the difference is night and day. It's what changes everything. Before, you get a totally useless alarm that just says, reboiler A, high pressure. Okay, thanks. But after, you get a full narrative. It tells you the pressure is rising, reminds you that this looks just like that incident from last May, points out that a specific valve hasn't been serviced in 18 months, and then gives you a clear recommendation. The alarm is no longer lying to you. It's finally telling you the whole truth. Now, this all leads to what might be the most important question of all. If we've already figured out that our old alarm systems are lying to us, how do we make sure we can trust this new AI copilot? Exactly. How do we know the AI isn't just making stuff up? It's a totally fair question. We've all seen examples of AI models getting a little creative with the facts. This problem actually has a formal name. It's called hallucination. It's when an AI spits out an answer that sounds completely believable, totally plausible, but is just wrong. Now, if you're asking it to write a poem, that's one thing. But in a high-stakes environment like a hospital or a power plant, you just can't have that. It's a non-starter. So, how do you stop it from happening? The key technology here is something called retrieval augmented generation, or just RAG for short. The simplest way to think about it is that RAG forces the AI to do its homework. Before it gives you an answer, it has to go and retrieve information from a verified, trusted source of knowledge, like your company's internal engineering documents or the latest safety protocols. And let me tell you, RAG is a total game changer for a few really important reasons. It builds trust because the AI can literally cite its sources. It can show you where it got the information. It provides up-to-the-minute info, not just what it was trained on months ago. And it gives the people building these systems total control over what information sources the AI is allowed to use, which keeps it grounded in your reality. So let's zoom out for a second, because this whole idea of an AI co-pilot creating these automated, trustworthy workflows, it's about to transform industries way beyond the factory floor. Seriously, this isn't just about pipes and valves. The principles we're talking about apply almost everywhere. This is really about managing information overload, no matter where you find it. Think about it in an operating room. Researchers are already looking at how AI agents can pull together mountains of clinical data, a patient's entire medical history, and the latest research papers to help a doctor make a better, more informed decision in a split second. Or what about customer service? Instead of a simple chatbot that can only give you the FAQ page, imagine an AI agent that can actually investigate your problem by pulling records from billing, checking the shipping database, and looking at tech support logs to give you a complete solution on the first try. So when you boil it all down, we come back to the central idea. This is not about replacing people. It's about augmenting them. It's about creating systems that can handle all the noise so that the human experts, you, can focus all of your talent and your intuition on the signal. It's about making experts even more expert. So really, it all comes down to this one thought. The information you need to solve problems, to prevent disasters, to make everything better, it's already there. It's buried deep inside your data right now. The only question is, do you have the tools to finally hear the real story it's been trying to tell you all along?